Hey guys, welcome to Kiera Lachey's channel. If you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe. Also, if you haven't watched my intro video, please feel free to go back and watch the video and then watch this video so everything can flow and just make perfect sense for you guys. So today I want to touch base on my journey after having my baby boy. So post-baby experience, guys. So I left the hospital early. I got home, and when I tell you that I regretted that. I regretted leaving the hospital early. I really did. The first night I got home, I cried. I told my husband I wanted to go back to the hospital. I told him he couldn't do anything for me. I'm like, you can't help me. You can't help me. I need to go back to the hospital. And I feel like a lot of people don't speak on that, you know. That first night for me was the worst night. Throughout the whole surgery part after having my baby, that was the worst night. Because when you're in the hospital, they cater to you. They spoil you when you're in the hospital. And not everyone speak on that. You know, I thought I was just gonna go home, have all the support and be fine and take care of my baby and my body and all this, which happened, but not based on my perception of how things were gonna flow, you know? So I was in pain, my baby was crying, my boobs was sore. It was just so much that was going on. And of course, this is a new life to me and my husband. So we both were stressed. We both were stressed out. It was just so much. It was just so much that was going on. Thankfully, I did have my doula. Thankfully, I had my mom, my sisters, you know, everyone was there to support me. But like I said, no one's told me that that first night was going to be a tough night for me. I thought I was gonna come home and be more comfortable because I was in the surrounding of my home. But no, I wanted to go back to the hospital. I wanted to go back to the hospital, like seriously, I really did. And my husband really had to calm me down and say, no, we got this. We ended up sleeping in the living room for the first couple nights because it was so tough. And especially with my C-section, my bed was high. So it was hard for me to even get up on my bed, you know, and they don't speak on, you know, you're in a hospital bed and having a C-section and that lower bed, it gives you that support. And even the bars, the handlebars, just like the little things you appreciate. And I didn't recognize that until I got home. So if anybody that you know, or if you had that similar experience, or if maybe your first night was fine, maybe you didn't have the issues that I had, let me know. Leave it in the comment section below because I need to know if it's just me or if some of you other ladies experienced that as well. That was definitely a rough night for me. It really was. And even throughout like days after being home and weeks after being home, honestly, that support of my doula was so real. It was so real. I had the support of my family, but knowing that she went through this experience with me, with being in the hospital and then coming home, caring for my baby, making sure that I'm okay, like I wanted her to stay with me. Like at that point, we gonna set you aside a room at this point. But being a first-time mom and going through the stages of pregnancy, going through the stages of giving birth, going through the stages post-baby, oh my gosh, I really don't know how we do that. I really do not know how women get through that part. You know, like we are goddesses. We really, really are. If you think about the whole overall, like what, right? We got somebody grown inside of us. We give them birth. Some of us are breastfeeding. Like, it's just, we are amazing. We are amazing. Like, we really are. Really are. Like, I don't know. I knew this prior to having my child, but experiencing it was a whole nother level. Like, it really was. To the point where I was just sitting down, baby, breastfeeding my baby, and just like, yeah, girl, so eat my food, talking on the phone. Like, we get so used to juggling so many things and don't give credit to ourselves sometimes. And I really had to, so I breastfed my baby up until he was about 14 months, I believe. And once I was done, it was just like I was just so lightening up. After a while, don't get me wrong, after a while, you just get used to it. After a couple months, you get so used to breastfeeding and pumping. But once I was done, I did miss it, but it just felt so relieving to know that I didn't have to carry my bag with me everywhere I went, or I didn't have to stop what I was doing just to pump or pump at work, and you know, make sure that the milk was out for daycare. It's just so many things that you have to put together in order to get through a day, you know, and not everyone realized that. And that's what I want my channel to be about. I want us to speak on the unspoken, you know. I want people to be like, oh, I want people to say, wow, like this is amazing. You know, I want us to be able to give credit and encouragement to the next woman beside us, because it's not always easy getting through the day-to-day life, that things that we experience, you know. And not saying it took me to be a mom to realize all these things, but I feel like I moved to another stage in my life, and I realized the different things that I took on and the different things that I went through. And they were good things, don't get me wrong. They were great experiences, but the transitions in life and getting out of those and bouncing back and just coming one with myself again, and still having my toddler, but still realizing this is the journey of motherhood. These are the things that we go through, and not everyone, or not, you know, we don't always give ourselves credit. We don't always give ourselves credit with going or transitioning into the next stage of life, you know. And now that I'm, you know, now a mom of a toddler, you know, even transitioning to this stage, which is a whole nother video, but you know, sometimes I have to sit down and drink my wine because he's climbing up the wall. So guys, if you feel like some of the things that I discussed today is something that you found yourself going through, or you have experienced, or even if you had a different experience than myself, feel free to mention that in the comments below. I am so interested to see or to hear other people's experiences of their first night of coming home after having their baby, and you know, just going through your post-baby experience and now becoming back one with yourself. So feel free to leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also share. Thanks so much. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're interested in a video on postpartum care, please comment in the section below. Thanks for tuning in.